Airport security in 2026 is running on an entirely different set of systems than it was just 12 months ago. New biometric cameras, new 3D scanning algorithms, new automated bin tracking, and none of it was announced to the public. So if you walk into a security checkpoint this year, doing what you did last year, you are genuinely at risk of getting flagged, pulled aside, and missing your flight. I have gone through all 9 of the biggest mistakes passengers are making at security checkpoints right now, and I need you to stick around for number 8 because it is the most counterintuitive thing on this entire list. Let's start at number 1. A lot of states have rolled out Apple Wallet and digital driver's licenses, and travelers are showing up to security with their physical ID packed away in their checked luggage. Here is the problem. The Cat2 biometric scanner machines that TSA uses constantly lose sync with state databases. When the network drops, and it does drop, the machine defaults to a hard reject. There is no workaround and no grace period. If you do not have a physical ID on your body, the agent is legally required to deny you entry. Digital ID is a great backup. It is not a replacement. Keep your physical license or passport on you every single time. The signs at many checkpoints now say you can leave electronics in your bag, so travelers are stacking their laptop, iPad, and Kindle on top of each other and sending the whole bag through together. But the new analogic CT scanners build a 3D model of your bag, and dense, stacked lithium batteries create what the algorithm reads as a blackout zone. The computer cannot see through the cluster, so it automatically flags the bag for a manual search. That means waiting for an agent to physically open and swab everything. Easily 20 minutes you do not have. The fix is to pack electronics vertically and separated from each other, so the scanner can read around each device individually. You may have heard that some airports now have technology that can scan full-sized liquids without the 100 ml limit. And that is true, but the rollout is nowhere near complete. Right now in the US, one lane might have the upgraded scanner, while the lane right next to it has the old technology, and you cannot choose your lane. If you pack full-size toiletries, assuming the new tech is there, and you end up in the old lane, those items are going straight in the bin with no refund. Treat the 100 ml rule as absolute until you can physically confirm the newer scanners are in your specific lane. Do not gamble on it. This one surprises almost everyone. You place your bin on the rollers and give it a little push to speed things along. Completely normal behavior, but the new automated screening lanes have RFID tags embedded in every single bin. The system needs to register that RFID tag to your profile before the bin enters the tunnel. If you push it in early, the system logs it as an orphan bag, a bin with no registered owner, and automatically diverts it into a secondary lane for a full bomb swab. The moment your bin touches the metal rollers, take your hands completely off. Wait for the green light. Those extra 5 seconds save you 15 to 20 minutes on the other side. Hokas and other max cushion running shoes have become incredibly popular for travel days because of how comfortable they are on long walks through terminals. But TSA recently recalibrated the sensitivity on their millimeter wave scanners, specifically to detect concealed items in dense foam soles. The thick cushioning in these shoes is now regularly triggering automatic anomaly alerts, even in pre-check lanes. That alert means a full pat-down and a shoe swab, which completely defeats the purpose of having pre-check in the first place. On security day, wear low-profile, thinner-soled shoes. Save the Hokas for the other side of the checkpoint. Paying for both Clear and TSA pre-check feels like the ultimate travel hack, and for a long time, it was. But TSA has now introduced a randomized ID verification quota specifically designed to combat fraud in the Clear system. A significant percentage of Clear users are now being randomly flagged at the kiosk to show a physical ID to an agent anyway. If you get that random beep, you are kicked out of the fast lane entirely and sent to the back of the regular line. The way to spot it before it happens is to watch the kiosk screen carefully as it processes you. If it shifts to a yellow or orange verification prompt, have your physical ID already in your hand. Do not let it catch you off guard. You know it is empty. The scanner does not. Aerospace-grade stainless steel, the kind used in Hydro Flask and Yeti bottles, creates a massive scatter effect on the CT scanner's sensors. It acts almost like a lead shield, completely blocking the algorithm's view of whatever is packed underneath it. The AI throws a red flag around the dark zone and kicks your bag into the manual search lane. Treat your thick metal water bottle exactly like a large electronic device. Pull it out, place it completely loose in its own gray bin, and send it through separately. Empty or not, it needs to be visible to the scanner on its own. This is genuinely counterintuitive. Those beautiful, organized tech pouches where you neatly coil all your charging cables and bind them tightly against your power banks? To you, that looks like an organized traveler. To TSA's explosive detection algorithm, that looks like a dense cluster of copper wiring attached to a lithium power source, which is exactly the thermal and density signature the AI is trained to flag as a potential threat. The tighter and neater your cable bundle, the worse it looks to the system. The fix is what I call the loose snake method. Spread your cables loosely inside your bag and pack your battery banks in a completely separate section. Messy is actually safer here. You have every legal right to opt out of TSA's facial recognition scanning, but the way you do it matters enormously now. The new cameras are not just scanning you when you step on the yellow footprint mat, they are passively scanning the entire approach zone before you even get there. If the behavioral analysis software detects you looking down, pulling your hat low, or angling your face away before you have verbally declared your opt-out, it flags you as evasive. Instead of a standard manual ID check, you trigger secondary screening. The right move is to walk up naturally, make eye contact with the agent, and before your foot ever touches the footprint decal, calmly say, "I would like to opt out of facial recognition." That verbal declaration first protects you from the evasion flag entirely.
TSA seized over 4 million items last year. Most of it wasn't weapons. It was stuff travelers just like you packed without thinking. Shampoo, cologne, things you've carried for years. And in 2026, they're enforcing this harder than ever. I'm going to show you exactly what's getting pulled from your bag. And item number 7 is going to genuinely surprise you. The standard tube from your bathroom is 4 or 6 ounces, both over the limit. Even if it's almost empty, TSA pulls it based on container size. The fix: buy a dedicated travel size tube labeled 3.4 ounces or smaller. Keep it in your toiletry bag permanently. Don't borrow from your bathroom shelf. Still the #1 most confiscated liquid category at TSA. Full-size bottles show up immediately on the X-ray, and the second they see one, your entire bag gets pulled for a manual search. Get a set of reusable silicone travel bottles. Fill them at home. They last forever, and they'll save you from this headache on every trip. This catches people who have flown with spray deodorant before without issues. That's the trap. Enforcement is inconsistent. One day it gets through, the next day a different officer pulls it. Switch to a solid stick for travel days. Solids aren't considered liquids by TSA, so they don't go in your liquids bag and don't count toward your 1 quart limit. One swap eliminates the risk entirely. Summer travelers, this one hits hard. Most sunscreen bottles are well over 3.4 ounces, and because people associate sunscreen with health, they assume it gets a pass. It does not. Sunscreen is a liquid. Same rules apply. Buy travel size or decant into a smaller container before you leave. And apply some before you get to the airport. Between the terminal windows and UV exposure at cruising altitude, your skin takes more damage on travel days than you think. A full can of shaving cream is usually 10 ounces, nearly 3 times the limit, and because these are pressurized aerosols, they get extra attention from the scanner. Travel-size cans cost about $2. Grab one, or shave before you leave and deal with it when you arrive. We're halfway through, and I haven't gotten to the item that costs travelers the most money. That's 2 items away. Stay with me. Standard Listerine is over 16 ounces, 5 times the limit. People pack full-size bottles constantly, and it gets confiscated every single time. Grab travel-size bottles from any drugstore, or switch to mouthwash tablets, which aren't liquid at all and don't need to go in your liquids bag. Here it is, the expensive one. That bottle of Tom Ford in your carry-on? $150 of liquid. If it's over 3.4 ounces, TSA takes it without blinking. This is the single most expensive item regularly confiscated at security. People don't think of perfume as a liquid in the TSA sense, To the officer at the checkpoint, it absolutely is. Buy a refillable travel atomizer. They hold about 5 milliliters, they're well under the limit, and you fill them from your full-size bottle at home in 30 seconds. This surprises almost everyone. TSA classifies gel as a liquid. Gel shoe insoles with unspecified volume can technically be flagged and confiscated. I asked TSA directly through their Ask TSA tool, and they confirmed gel insoles are currently allowed. But what's allowed on paper and what happens at the checkpoint can be different because enforcement comes down to the individual officer. If you travel with gel insoles, remove them from your shoes and place them in the screening bin alongside your liquids bag. Let the officer see them clearly instead of making them guess on the X-ray. Sounds ridiculous, but it's common. Peanut butter, Nutella, jam, hummus, anything spreadable is classified as a liquid. If it can spread, pour, or smear, it falls under 311. The ironic part, you can buy peanut butter inside the airport after security and bring it on the plane. But the same jar packed from home gets tossed at the checkpoint. Pack spreads in checked luggage where there are no liquid restrictions, or buy them after security. The most important one, prescription cough syrups, liquid pain relievers, insulin, saline solution. Good news, medically necessary liquids are exempt from 311. You can carry containers larger than 3.4 ounces. But here's where travelers mess up. They don't declare them. They toss them in with everything else. The scanner flags an oversized liquid, and the entire bag gets pulled for a full search. Pack all medications in a separate clear bag. At the checkpoint, tell the officer directly, I have medically necessary liquids. Place them in a separate bin. They may do a quick additional screening, but you avoid a full bag search.
Checkpoint. Ladies, listen up. Those fancy new cordless straighteners that run on butane cartridges? TSA hates them. The butane is a pressurized gas. If you put this in a checked bag, it is treated as a hazardous explosive. You can bring one in your carry-on, but it must have a safety cover over the heating element. If you pack a spare butane refill, confiscate it immediately, no exceptions. Seniors love these for cold flights, but they are a trap. The vest itself is just fabric, but the battery pack inside is pure lithium. I see people fold the vest and check it, forgetting the battery is still zipped in the pocket. You can check the vest, but you must unplug and remove the battery and carry it with you in the cabin. Do not leave it connected. So, if you bought a suitcase with a built-in charger or GPS tracker, you really need to be careful. If that battery doesn't pop out, then, well, that bag is not flying. Airlines are stricter than ever about non-removable batteries in 2026. You must be able to eject the battery with just one finger. And if you're forced to gate check your carry-on, you have to rip that battery out before handing it over. If it's stuck, the bag stays behind. These are super popular for anyone with arthritis or poor circulation. But, unlike the old shake-to-activate packets, the electric ones are actually high-density batteries. You need to treat these exactly like a cell phone. They live in your carry-on. Never, ever check them. Now, let's talk about medical gear. Your CPAP machine is expensive, so you carry it on. But what about the spare battery for the flight? Spare medical batteries often exceed the normal size limits. You are allowed to bring them, but they must be in your carry-on and protected from short-circuiting. Use electrical tape over the terminals or keep them in their original box. Never check a loose medical battery. If you use old-school zinc air batteries with the sticker tabs, you can pack those anywhere. But the new rechargeable hearing aid cases? Those have lithium batteries inside the charging case itself. The hearing aids are in your ears, but the charger case must go in your carry-on, not your checked luggage. This is critical. You cannot check a battery-powered POC. The pressure changes in the cargo hold can affect the device, and the batteries are a fire risk. Bring it on board, and ensure you have enough battery life for 150% of the flight duration. Airlines require that buffer in case of delays. This is the most complex rule in travel. If you have a collapsible electric scooter or wheelchair, you cannot just fold it and hand it to the baggage handler. You usually need to disconnect the battery and bring the battery into the cabin with you. The frame goes under. The power source stays with you. Check with your airline 48 hours in advance. Just like the CPAP, The tabletop plug-in nebulizers are fine in checked bags, but the portable handheld ones with built-in batteries, carry on only. If it has a battery you can't see, assume it's dangerous. This one isn't about fire, it's about panic. If your toothbrush turns on inside your checked bag, the vibration sets off alarms. Baggage handlers think it's an improvised explosive device. They will open your bag and tear it apart to find the noise. Tape the power button down or use a hard travel case. Don't let it buzz. Same logic here. A buzzing bag is a suspicious bag. Engage the travel lock if your razor has one. If not, put it in your carry-on so you can prove what it is if it starts making noise. You might think, I'll just read my Kindle at the hotel, so you check it. Don't. Tablets have large, flat batteries that are easily punctured if a heavy suitcase lands on top of them. A punctured battery means a fire. All screens stay in the cabin. It keeps them safe from theft and crushing. There is a huge rumor that Lufthansa and other airlines banned AirTags. They are allowed. The battery inside an AirTag contains only 0.3 grams of lithium. That is well below the danger threshold. You can keep them in your checked luggage to track your bags. They are safe. Finally, the laptop. Sometimes you have to check it because your carry-on is full. If you check it while it's in sleep mode, it can wake up, overheat, and ignite the clothes around it. If you absolutely must check a laptop, power it down completely. Not sleep. Not hibernate. Off.
Once considered stylish and organized, those little leather passport covers are now more of a hassle than a help. TSA officers require you to remove your passport every single time you go through security. That means unzipping, unfolding, fumbling, and slowing down the line every time. What to do instead? Keep your passport easily accessible in a jacket or bag pocket just for the security line. Once you're through, move it to a secure zipped inner pocket or travel pouch. And always snap a photo of your passport's info page. Store it securely on your phone in case of loss or theft abroad. Your big everyday wallet doesn't belong on international trips. It's bulky, full of unused cards, and a goldmine for digital pickpockets. Modern thieves can skim credit cards right through your purse or pocket. What to pack instead? A minimalist RFID blocking travel wallet with only the essentials. One credit card, your ID, and a backup. The smaller your wallet, the safer and easier it is to manage on the move. If you've been using the same power bank since 2018, it's time to retire it. Older models can overheat and even pose fire risks mid-flight. That's why airlines banned them from checked luggage. Upgrade tip. Modern chargers now include built-in safety sensors that regulate temperature. Brands like Anker and Belkin have models with automatic shut-off features, small, powerful, and safe to carry on board. So, those soft duffel bags that hang from your shoulder might look adventurous. Yeah, they really do. But after like 3 terminals and 2 layovers, they'll totally destroy your back. Even those so-called crossbody duffels are just awkward to carry, especially when you're rushing through airports. Here's a smart swap. Use a rolling duffel or a compact spinner backpack. They just glide effortlessly through terminals, fit overhead, and honestly, they'll save your shoulders from some serious strain. If your suitcase still has just 2 wheels, you'll notice the difference instantly. Dragging it behind you through those long airport corridors is, well, pretty inefficient and exhausting. So, upgrade to a 4-wheeled spinner suitcase. You can push it upright, navigate narrow aisles, and just glide into restrooms or cafes without wrestling your luggage through tight spaces. It's honestly one of those upgrades you'll never regret. Big, bulky toiletry kits are a nightmare for modern travelers. They take up like half your suitcase and make you pack way more than you actually need. The smarter move? Use modular pouches or stackable travel kits. Just separate your liquids, skincare, and grooming tools into smaller sections that fit right inside your carry-on. It's lighter, more flexible, and hey, TSA loves it. Alright folks, packing shoes for, every situation is one of the oldest travel mistakes in the book. Heavy sneakers and boots, well, they waste valuable luggage space and add weight that airlines just love to charge for. So, try this instead. Wear your bulkiest pair on the plane, and pack one lightweight pair for walking. And hey, if you need sneakers, get waterproof travel shoes with removable insoles. They're compact, comfortable, and can handle almost any destination. They might look cozy, but ponchos are a nightmare inside airplane cabins. They snag on armrests, fall into neighboring seats, and make bathroom breaks way too complicated. A better choice? A fitted sweater or travel wrap that keeps you warm without getting tangled. Cashmere or merino wool is ideal. Soft, breathable, and never bulky. So, the old inflatable neck pillows are officially retired. They deflate mid-flight, lose shape, and make sleeping upright nearly impossible. Here's the modern fix. Use a structured travel pillow with built-in chin or side support. The best ones fold flat or clip to your carry-on handle, saving space while keeping your head supported the entire flight. So, those bulky converter blocks you plug into adapters? Yeah, they're pretty outdated. They're heavy, inefficient, and honestly unnecessary for most modern electronics these days. Instead, what you should do is buy dual voltage devices like curling irons, shavers, and laptop chargers. Then, just pack one simple plug adapter that matches your destination. It's lighter, safer, and, way less frustrating. Traditional wired or over-ear headphones take up too much space and, honestly, tangle way too easily. They also make it harder to move freely during long-haul flights, which is just not ideal. Better upgrade. Use wireless earbuds with noise cancellation and a short safety tether. They save space, reduce clutter, and still block out crying babies and engine noise. They might feel safe, but hidden money belts are awkward, slow, and honestly pretty obvious to pickpockets. The moment you dig under your clothes for cash, you're signaling exactly where your valuables are. Travel smarter. Use a slash-resistant crossbody bag with a small tracker inside, like a tile or AirTag. Keep one card in your wallet, one in your hotel safe, and one in your bag. You'll stay safer and move faster. If you've ever said, "I might need this," you probably don't. Extra chargers, backup sweaters, 3 pairs of headphones, these just-in-case items fill your suitcase and, honestly, empty your patience. Every pound matters. Pack for the trip you're actually taking, not the one you're imagining.